since my wife's accident, it made me ask a lot of questions. Like most of us with cars and property and businesses, we insure ourselves against accidents and whatever. And the interesting thing is, do you ask yourself? Because my wife's car, one of her relatives gave it to her. She's got a Toyota Corona, I think it is, or Corolla or whatever. It's an old car, and we insure it, and the insurance is virtually dearer than what the car is worth. We don't mind paying it, we got it fully comp. And well, the way the money is going, I suppose at present we still have. And but say for example, if you had an accident, when you go and insure your car, what do you expect? What sort of justice do you expect from the company that you use to be treating the damage you done to somebody else? Unfortunately, if somebody hit me or I hit them, we try to insure with a reputable company. If we have sufficient funds, we try to do that. And what do you expect out of the company? How do you expect a company to be treating the person you injured? And at present, I thought, if we pay, between the both of us, we pay a tremendous amount of insurance towards our car, property. So I would say, if I hit somebody in the bloody 20, 30, 40 years of my bloody driving, and I think they should have had enough money for me to make sure the person I injured get justice and a fair deal. I'm not talking about people who swindle the system. Forget about them, because they're a bunch of assholes, and if they're caught, they should be severely punished. I'm talking about genuine person. If I ran into somebody and injured him badly, should my insurance company be playing the game with him? Because they've had all this amount of insurance money off me to be able to make sure that whoever I injured get a fair deal. But this movie is not just about that. I'm going to go tremendously deep into everything because the deeper I get into it, I feel like I'm dealing with the devil. And I hear so much of things on the TV of every time anything I hear about insurance companies is always how these wicked fellas been cheating them. Well, what I'm trying to get at basically is I'm sure we want whoever we injured and whatever, we want a fair deal for them. But another thing that interests me was, the more I'm entering this realm of the problems we're having with insurance companies due to my wife's injury, a whole new world is open to me to understand the whole system. As the way the British legal system goes, that we have to produce all our private information, how my business is run, how much I'm earning, and all our medical, everything about our medical past and present and everything. They've got the whole damn lot, right? Doesn't matter, but all these problems about identity thefts that we tend to worry about, I'm going to show you how the system is when we present the insurance companies everything about us, how my business, what my business turnover is, how much my wife earns, what little job she got on the side, and well, it's very interesting. I tell you, as we go along, you are going to find it extremely interesting where all this information go to, and to think I've come along with all my turnover in my business and all my medical background, my wife's medical background is presented to. We write what is it now? We have to sign something that we give them to give them the rights to go into all our medical background, right? And well, I'm going to show you now. Well, the company that insures Costco in Chingford is called Ace Europe, right? And the only information I have on Ace Europe, who's got everything you want to know about how much my business is how much my business is turned over, all the medical records for my wife from the year dot, right? And this is remembering that people are worrying about identity thefts, right? This is the information I've got on Ace Europe that's got all of our information. How long I've ran my business, or what's all the information about the last few years of my business, because this case has been going on for 4.5 years, right? So I'm giving these people like everything what we earn and what we've done, all our private affairs, all our everything that is private to us, and here we are. My solicitors is giving this all to them, and look who they are. This is the information I've got on them. This is I believe there's a PO box number in Maidstone, and this is the address they gave. Cherry Street in Birmingham. That's their phone number, I think. Email address. Right. And now when you go to their website and you check to see Birmingham, and it's a different address altogether, right? So this is from their website, Ace Europe UK. Now, as far as I know, all my information is gone to a PO box number and some place where they visiting address, right? So I don't really know who's got all my information. I presume that all my private information is in the hands of somebody. Now, another thing I can't seem to understand is that we are so conscious today about identity thefts. So all my information is going somewhere. I've got a PO box number to deal with it. I've got a visiting place that is in Birmingham, 8 Cherry Street. And on the website I've got another address. Nothing of what the information I received from Ace Europe through my solicitors. And that is the interesting thing now. Legally in British law we had to present these people all of our private information, and that's the law. And where this information go to, if somebody who's working for Ace Europe wanted to spread all my accounts across Britain, or all my wife's medical history around the country, who do we know they are? We haven't got an individual. I believe there is an individual's name at the end of this letter to my first solicitor, Royd's, Miller Craig, from Royd Solicitors, and this guy's name is Neil Anderson, Claim Service Manager. But where is he stationed? Is he stationed in this place called Cherry Street in Birmingham? Or is he stuck in Maidstone, where the postal address is? To me, I just find it unbelievable to think that all this private information of mine is out there somewhere, and Neil Anderson could be somebody who doesn't exist, basically. But that's how we're supposed to go. But I'm going to take this further. We are going to go right deep into the whole lot and see, where do our information go to? And at Costco's, and it's been referred now to Ace Europe, and from Ace Europe they've got my information, and they've moved the information on now to a company that presses partners that represents them. Now you're talking about a solicitors that represents Ace Europe, that is going to take care of their affairs. So this is the information we have on Ace Europe. I mean, Presses Partners, sorry. Oh gosh, let's move this up there. Yeah, so I can see what's happening. This is the letter from Presses Partners. This is their address. Or is it Duquesne Broadway or something like that? No address of them, right? So now they have got all my information. So it's gone all across race Europe. God knows where all my information, and they've passed it on now to another company, Presses Partners Solicitors, right? So as far as my little identity is going, it's being spread, my wives and I, and all our medical records are going over the country. And if you can see, they signed their name, Presses Partner, the name of the company, not an individual. We're not now. This person has got all of our private information, and what we've got of him is Presses Partner and a signature. So now we're talking about all of our medical records, all of my private business, how much I turn over every year. It's now being spread across Ace Europe, and it's gone on to now Presses Partners taken over the case. So from Costco's that injured my wife, nearly killed the both of us. They've washed their hands, just like the Roman king done with Jesus. I think he washed his hands, don't want nothing to do with it. Now it's gone into the hands of Ace Europe and Presses Partner. Now these people all got our information, and the only information I have of Presses Partner at this current time that I'm going through, because we're going to go gradually straight through the whole thing, because we've reached now, we've been through, we're on our third solicitor now, and tremendous amount of corruption is involved. Where's the logic? If you go and employ a solicitor, paying him £260 an hour, and he virtually breaks all the rules in the book, and so does the second solicitor. So don't you think we should be asking some questions? How can you pay, if you pay a plumber, to come and do your work, and if he breaks every bloody rule in the book, including if you employed an electrician, something is terribly wrong. I think it doesn't take a brilliant person to know that that is something very wrong, and something has been going on for, when I look at the people that are involved, that we're giving this information to, these two firms of solicitors that took our case on, that blundered it, has given all our information now to Ace Europe and this other company, solicitors called Presses Partner. And basically now I'm stuck from a miles away from the company that nearly killed us. You know, we're spreading all our information now from one company to the next, and it is interesting. I'm just gonna. I feel like, you know, I never knew all this thing that carried on, but I think you all are going to find it very interesting. I'm going to do a whole series of it, you know, going stage by stage, how the first and the second solicitor behave, and I think it would be interesting that you all should know these things, because, you know, there's thousands of accidents takes place every day, every year. This is going to, unfortunately, going to happen to one of us in our lifetime, and you're going to have to, you know, go through all this rigmarole. And I think you should know that, you know, you are going to give very important information to people that may not even exist, that you think you're giving it to.